Shalom. Back with part 4. Let's continue. All right. So again, he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds from one end of heaven unto the other. Why are we doing that? Because what does it say here? And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works. All right. And we're showing you who shall be saved. All right. So let's further prove that. Let's go to Romans 11:7. What does it say here? What then? Israel have not obtained that which it seeketh for. In other words, it's saying all of Israel have not obtained it, but the election have obtained it. So what is it that the elect have obtained that all of Israel has not? Because the Lord is only dealing with 1/3. So 2/3 of Israelites are scheduled to be, it's prophesied 2/3 shall be cut off and die. We read that Zechariah 13:8. Zechariah 13:9 tells you only a 1/3 shall be brought through the fire, okay, and tried as gold is tried, all right, and refined as silver is refined, right? So the Lord is only dealing with a 1/3. But the election have obtained it, the 1/3 only. 2/3 have not obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So the 2/3 are blinded from this truth. Do you understand that? They're blinded. They can't come in. And remember, you don't walk in unawares. You have to be chosen. You have to be invited in. You understand that, people? All right? So it's clear who shall be saved, right? All right? Give me a minute. So let's further prove the point of who shall be saved. Let's go to Isaiah 45:4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, Israel, my elect. See that? Is he not coming back for his elect? Yes, he is. I have called thee by thy name, and I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. What about down here, verse 17? But Israel shall be saved in the Lord Yahweh with an everlasting salvation, and ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded world without end. See that? Got that, people? I think it's clear. Obviously, we know, again, right, here, everyone that shall be saved. It's talking about the elect of Israel, right? And shall be able to escape by his works, okay? And again, proof about Jacob and his escape, okay, is Amos, right? Go to Amos 9:8. All right. Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, talking about America, Babylon the Great. I will destroy it off the face of the earth. I love hearing that. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. You see that? Save the Lord. Why? Because there's going to be a remnant that escapes. A 1/3, right? What's proof of that? Isaiah 10:20. And it shall come to pass in that day that a remnant of Israel, see that? A remnant of Israel, right? See, a 1/3, right? And such are escape of the house of Jacob. See that? See it? And shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, who smote us, Esau, Edom, all right, the tabernacles of Edom, and then the other 16 heathen nations as well. But shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth, and the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God power. And for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. See, only a remnant, a 1/3. You got it, people? You understand that? All right? So what else? All right, shall escape by his works. So another example of that, let's go to 2 Peter 1:10. All right. Well, you know what? I'll start at 2 Timothy 2:15. Okay, we'll start there. See? Study to show thyself approved unto the God power, right? Yahweh, a workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. You see that? So, being a workman, being diligent. You understand? Don't take your hand off the plow. Be continuous. You understand that? All right? In your work, making these videos, going out there street teaching. You got it? All right. Now the other one, 2 Peter. All right? 2 Peter 1:10. All right? And we want to do this one in the blue letter because we want to show you. So let me jump to the blue letter for this one. All right? 2 Peter 1:10. All right? Because we're going to get into it. To show you here. All right. Wherefore, rather, brethren, give diligence. You know what that word means already. To make your calling and election sure. All right. Now we're going to get into the blue letter to give you people further understanding about it. Okay. See, calling, you're going to see, is about what?
Strong's G 2821. Klesis.
See that? A calling. All right. What does this say in St. John's 15:16? It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you. See that? You've been ordained. It's been decreed upon you. All right? And that happened before the foundation of the world when you were a spirit. Again, Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest out of the womb, out of your mother's womb, I sanctified thee. Right? Which means made holy and separate from the rest of mankind. Okay? And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. You understand that, people? See that? You get it? All right, let's get back. So you see, it's a calling. You have to be invited in. You don't walk in unawares. All right, see? Divine invitation to embrace the salvation of the Lord. You see that? You don't invite yourself in. He invites you in to that. Okay? You get it? You people understand that? All right. Now we'll move on to the next word, which is election. All right? See? An act of picking out or choosing, right? I already took you to St. John's 15:16, didn't I? All right? And I quoted to you already, Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. How did he know you? Okay? Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So before he formed you, all right, in the belly of your mother, he knew you what? As a spirit when he created you. Okay? Now, the act of God's free will, right? The God power, Yahweh's free will, by which before the foundation of the world, see, before the world began, this was ordained, this was decreed. All right? His blessings to certain persons. You see that? A decree made from choice by which he determined to bless certain persons through Yahweh the Mashiach by grace alone. See that? To have mercy on them. A thing or person chosen. A person, God's elect. You see that? So this is not for the whole world. These are not talking about Edomites or Moabites or Ishmaelites or Anamites. You understand? It's talking about you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? The elect comes from you. You are the descendants of Jacob. You understand that? All right, let's further get deeper into it by clicking on the root word etymology here. See, pick out, choose, to pick or choose out for oneself. Choosing one out of many. Many are called, few are chosen. You got that, people? See, Yahweh Shai choosing his disciples. Okay? Of the God power, choosing whom he judged, fit to receive his favors and separate from the rest of mankind. Okay? In other words, you were sanctified. Because that's what sanctified means. To be made holy and separate. Okay? From the rest of mankind, to be particularly of his own, and to be attended to continually by his gracious oversight. You see that? The angels. You understand that? I.e. the Israelites. You see that? Israelites. Do you see Moabites there? Edomites? No. So you would have to be of the seed of Israel. You'd have to come from that seed of the Negro, Latino, or Native American seed, which is the seed of Jacob. You understand? Of the God, the Father choosing Christians. And again, to be an Israelite, you'd have to be a Christian. It goes back to what? Acts 11:26. Who were the people coming out of the temple of Antioch that were called Christians? Yeah, the disciples of Yahweh Shai. You see that? You'd have to be an Israelite to be a Christian. So you see all these people walking around calling themselves Christian, self-imposing themselves as Christians, and giving themselves titles as Pope, bishops, cardinals, pastors, ministers, whatever. They're not. That's all made, that's all BS. That's all a falsehood. That's all pseudo. All right? You understand, people? You get the point? I believe you do. We're moving on. All right? We're moving on. All right. So, you understand, all right? And by his works, so now you know about the works, and by faith, again, whereby ye have believed. You see that? And that's your faith. Okay? That is your faith. All right? And that faith is going to be put to the test, people. And that's what this whole thing is all about, a test. Okay? It's a test. When the hour of temptation comes, again, that word temptation tells you it's a test. And the word try tells you that it's a test. And what is a test? The Lord is testing your faith, your integrity, your fealty, your loyalty unto him. All right? Testing, your heart, your mind. Okay? Your emotions. Okay? Your actions. To see if you're going to roll with Yahweh Bachim Yahweh Shai, or you're going to roll with Esau. And if you're rolling with Esau, then you've chosen death. Okay? But if you've chosen Yahweh Bachim Yahweh Shai, you've chosen life. You understand? It's that easy, people. All right? All right. Where are we here? All right. He shall, but whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved. You see that? You're going to be preserved because of your belief, because of your faith. But understand, and what does it say here? And shall be preserved from set pearls. You see that? Matter of fact, what does that make me think of? Jeremiah 30:7. Give me a minute. All right, this is Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it. See that? You're going to be saved out of it. Let's further prove that point. And at that time, Michael, the archangel, all right, shall stand up, that great prince which standeth for the children, right, of Israel, of thy people. There shall be a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, talking about the elect of Israelites, of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, every one that shall be found written in the book of life. See that? All right, we'll be right back with part 5. Shalom.